All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm excited to connect with Terry Joe and Central Christian's Community Resources. And I know that each of you will benefit from learning more about how they support our students and families. So without further ado, I will turn it over to you.
Okay then. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Terry Joe Dion, and I'm the social resource specialist here at Central Christian Church. I may have met you at the last table talk at the library in Northside. Just to get started, we are blessed to be able to provide our friends in the community. I do case management services. Of course, it's not Medicaid based because I don't charge anything and I don't bill, but I have a case management background, so I'm very in tuned to all of those processes and needs for our friends in our community. I'm very, very blessed to be able to provide minimal assistance with rent and utilities. I do typically stack resources with other entities that are not public, that I do referrals for the individuals that are in need. And that's a little bit of a process, but it's usually very fruitful. Working together with our community partners and reaching across the aisle to help each other is very fruitful in this time right now. I'm so blessed to be able to facilitate some of that assistance. I am able to help with utilities if there is a cutoff notice or if it has been cut off. Um, we try to work very closely with the KU and American Water in order to get things turned back on for minimal expense. And then we help them negotiate a payment plan with the utility companies as well. I do have gas cards available, and that is a case by case basis. So, for instance, maybe someone that has a vehicle got a brand new job and they don't have enough money to get to work for the first 2 weeks. I will give them a $20 gas card to get them through, hopefully, to their first paycheck so they can be self sustaining moving forward. I also provide 30-day bus passes for our friends in the community that have been offered a new job also, and they are used to using the bus system here in Lexington. I make sure they're well versed in doing that if they don't have their own vehicles. Just as a side note to that, I also refer to Goodwill's Cars to Work programs for those that have secured housing for 6 months and are working with the same employer for 6 months to help them get that referral for Goodwill Cars to Work. That's a bit of a process through their system also, but it's a really good example of accountability, providing financial literacy, and it doesn't matter what their credit scores are. It doesn't matter if they never owned a car before. There's a lot of education that goes around the Goodwills to Car program also. A little bit past. Alrighty, I do every 3 months go and purchase some Goodwill vouchers for household goods. I try to fill in the blanks here. We have a lot of donations here at Central Christian, even just from the community as well. So I can, typically provide like plates and bowls and forks and spoons, mixing bowls, things like that for people that are getting new apartments. We do also help with sheets and blankets through the community closet. Our thrift store here on site doesn't do sheets or pillows or blankets, things like that. So our community closet will help with that as well. Alrighty, so food and clothing, here we go. So we do have God's Pantry here on our campus, Monday through Thursday, 1 to 3. That is by appointment only. I also help my clients on 3-way calls sometimes do the phone call to make an appointment for God's Pantry. And they will typically take the client's address and find the pantry that is closest to their home. So there's not a barrier for transportation because it's about 30 to 40 pounds of commodities that they get every 2 weeks from God's Pantries across Fayette County and the state of Kentucky. Mm-hmm. Our community closet is one of my favorite things ever. We get donations every single day. We have 2 giant rooms here in the Watkins building that is full of clothing that has been hung up and separated by children's sizes, adults, women's, men's, shoes, coats, jackets, clothing, socks. We have a Bombas contract they donate to us. So each and every pair of Bombas socks that you buy, it may end up here at Fayette County because we get a free pair of socks for every pair of socks that someone purchases. So that's fantastic, and they're really good socks. And we also have, typically we have new underwear and panties and bras and things like that for our consumers as well. If there's any questions, feel free to stop me at any time. Our thrift shop is the best place to shop in Fayette County. It's like a little boutique. We have ladies that come in every season and merchandise it, and every week it's replenished with new donations. They go over the clothing with a fine-tooth comb. They make sure there's no holes, no snags, no imperfections or anything. And if there's something that can be repaired, we have women that volunteer to do that also. So please stop by and see our friends at the thrift store that are volunteering their time through Central Christian Church, and they are some of the best ever. All righty, let's see. I lost my space. And that's my information. I'm certain that many of you all have seen the flyer. I had it distributed at the last meeting I was at, and it got pushed out into the Ethernet because your communities are calling me for assistance on the daily, and I'm just blessed to be able to provide that service. All right, that's a little bit of what I get to do here at Central Christian Church. Are there any questions? Let me stop sharing real quick. Hang on. Oh. There we go.
I mean, it's such a wealth of assistance. Thank you. We appreciate your partnership and the service.
Yes.
So families can't self-refer.
Yes, absolutely. If it's easier for you to refer them to the flyer that's on the website or something like that, tell them to call me, and it rings. I'm the first option because I get the most calls in the building. So it'll answer, and then it'll tell you to press 1 for me. So yes, they can most definitely self-refer. I do have some limitations, so make sure that you manage those expectations. I can't do $2,000 for one family. I can't do $1,500 for one family. But I am definitely going to work really hard to stack some resources to hopefully get them to their goal. In partnering with the district and with some other entities, we have been successful in the last few weeks of keeping families housed, and that's always our goal.
Yeah. We understand that, those managing expectations. We have the same struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Rainey, this isn't a question. This is just a comment. This is Casey Geddes. Sorry, I'm using a different computer today, and it doesn't have my screen on. But I worked with Terry Joe last week with a pretty rough case that we were working on, and I just wanted to shout out that she's wonderful, and she really helped this family, and she kind of even encouraged me to keep pushing to find some other resources because it was a very large amount of money.
Yeah.
But we saved this little boy from having to go to a homeless shelter. So if you guys need her, she's out there and she's wonderful. Just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you so much. Makes my heart happy. All right. Any other questions? You guys have my contact information. No question is a dumb question. No question is a bad question. I've been there, done there, seen it, heard it, helped it. No story is going to blow my mind or, insult me in any way, shape, or form. So please let your mamas know that it's okay to ask for help from someone they don't know, that they don't see every day, or that it's not in their own circle. It's, as you know, it can be, very intimidating to walk into an office or even make a phone call to someone that you really don't know what that response will be. But if you do manage the expectations, that would be very helpful for me. Because sometimes it's difficult, and they're in their despair, they act out to me, and well, what good did it do to call me? Maybe a little bit. But the goal is to be able to manage it. And I like to get to the root problem, as I'm sure you all do as well, to how do we get here? Is there something else we need to help with? Is there something else we need to learn how to manage better? And so I just really kind of have a conversation about what their goals are in aside from what they're needing, so that I can kind of, holistically treat what's going on in the household, or there's something else that is happening that they got to the point and they could manage well. It happens every day, and zero judgment. And I know I shared at the other meeting. I've been here. I was a single mom. I was homeless with 2 kids. I was on KTAB while going to college, income-based housing, all of that. And I'm here today helping people because my SNAP worker helped me. And if you need to share that story, feel free. And if you need a mama that needs talking to, or a dad that needs uplifting, I'm here to do that as well. Because as you can tell, I have some wisdom highlights right there. And I'm not a spring chicken, but I'll give it my best try.
I love that wisdom highlights.
Please share your contact information again.
Oh, sure. You should have a flyer. Rain, do you have the flyer that I provided at the last meeting? If you could just shoot that back out, that'd be great.
I will.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And feel free to call me individually if you have any specific questions, or you don't want to refer someone just yet. Call me and pick my brain and see if it's something that's going to be viable. Because again, I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I will do my very best to help them manage that. Okay.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate you.
We do have our community closet on Saturday from 10 to 12. It is free, 6 items for each individual of the family, a maximum of 24 items. Like I said, it's like a boutique out here in the Rotunda in the Watkins building. We give our friends numbers. They sit in chairs and they wait their turn. We call the number. So maybe 1 or 2, 3 people are shopping at one time. So it's very leisurely. There's no rushing. There's no trying to get to stuff, and they just are able to enjoy their time. They also get 2 free bus passes. The person signing them in will ask if they would like a bus pass. And if they don't get asked, make sure they ask. Can I get 2 bus passes? Because sometimes other people do it differently. I always ask before I even get their names. First off, I just want to make sure they have transportation to get home or whatnot. So we have a lot of donations. And I can't say so much good stuff about the community closet. We see 67 to 80 people sometimes every 2 weeks. Like, it's the first of the month is usually really, really busy.
Carrie Jo, when did you say the free shopping day?
It's on Saturdays from 10 to 12 here in the Watkins building, right beside the church.
Thank you. Do you guys have infant clothing?
We do have infants and toddlers, preteens. Yes, we do. We have socks and shoes and a big variety. If you need something specific, okay, let's just get this. If you need something specific, you need to call me and give me sizes. I can go in and shop any day of the week and get items that you might need. And I can put them in a bag and set them aside, and mom can come pick them up, or one of you wonderful FRCs can come pick it up and deliver it to mom, ever how you want to. If it's a barrier to get here and they have a need, I'm going to try to fill that need. And I only take calls from 12 to 3 every day, Monday through Thursday. So I have in the mornings where I'm doing a lot of organizational things, that I'm trying to get things ready for someone to come pick up, or I'm doing check requests and things like that, or doing data. But if I'm having to fill a need, I can do it in the mornings and they can have it by noontime. So, and maybe come down to jackets. If you've got kids that need jackets, call me or send me an email and tell me what you need. If I don't respond to that email, that means I'm not ready yet, but I will respond to you in one way, shape, or form. Okay. So you'll know that I've read it.
It's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We had a question in the chat. Do you accept donations of goods and items?
We do accept donations, and I'm able to meet you right here in the parking lot with a big old shopping cart, and you can put your donations into the cart, and I will take it into the community closet where our volunteers will disperse it and size it and hang it up and make it ready from Saturday. So if you need to get some things out of your way, we will gladly take it. We need size 13 men's tennis shoes. We need snow boots and jackets, and we don't need scarves right now, but we need hats and gloves for sure. If you have sheets that don't have holes in them, sets of sheets. We really have some friends that need some, if you have a mattress you want to rehome, give me some notice. I can find someone to utilize that donation. You can't bring it here, but I can make arrangements for that. So think about just whatever, whatever a family would need. If you have it, I have somewhere to store it, or I have someone I can refer to you to pick it up that I know is safe for that family and that is respectable. So that takes that off your hands of trying to figure out, logistics of, okay, how am I gonna get this mattress to such and such? I have a couple people that I can call that love helping. That's just their love language. They get to help because they got a pickup truck. So, and we're always grateful. Families are always grateful.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking your time. I know this is right in the middle of when you're accepting calls, so I apologize for that timing. We appreciate it. And thank you for all you do.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And you guys feel free to reach out, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Well, have a good afternoon. Bye.
Hang on a second. It won't let me leave the call. There we go.